Hello everyone, I'm Jen of Genetic Crafts. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a cat beanie. I'm really excited about this because I've been wanting to make one for a long time. I finally figured out a good way, a good technique for me to finally do it for a long time, because there are a couple ways. There's like two other ways I've seen that people make these, and the one I do I think is probably one of the more easier techniques. It might be a little difficult for you. If you want to try a different way, that's totally fine. I'm not gonna judge you. It's okay. So this was the first one I made. This is how I sew it up. I'm gonna show you how to do that towards the end, but I like mine to be folded over. This is what it looks like when it's not folded over. I don't like the way it looks when it's not folded. It looks funny on my head, so that's why when I have it like on my head, and the way the ears also hold on my head, I just like when it's folded over. So this is the first one I made. I don't remember what the count was, unfortunately, for this. So, but then I finally recorded for this one. This is a pink and black one that I made, and it came out really cute. I really like it. And then this is my favorite one. I made a different stitch count for that one, for this one as well. So I finally figured out how many stitches you need to chain before you fold it over. See how it's folded and it's like stitched up. I'm going to show you how to do that if you don't know how to do that. So the materials that you need are a 5mm hook, some scissors. These are the scissors I use, and also a needle or a thread, whatever. Needle, darn needle. This is the one I use. It's plastic. And then your colors. I am in a Halloween mood, so I have all Halloween colors. This is orange from Big Twist. This is black from Big Twist. This is like neon green from Michaels Loops and Threads. And this is Amethyst from Red Heart Super Saber. So, okay, so we are going to get started. So this is technically a made-to-measure pattern, but when I do it, I've noticed that I've made a couple for my friends as well, depending on how many I chain. So for my head, oh, by the way, the stitches that you're going to need to know already, I won't be teaching them, is slip stitch, chaining, double crochet, and I use a technique called double stacking single crochet, which I'll kind of explain that a little bit. I know people say it differently, but this is just how I explain it, so I'm going to show you how I do it. So let's start out with a slip stitch. Slip knot. Now, how it fits my head is that I chain 61 for my head. I noticed for people with bigger heads, you can chain 62, 63, 64, whichever you need, and then you fold it over. I'll show you how that goes. And my friends say it fits pretty well on their big heads. I'll admit it, they do have big heads, and they say so as well. So, but anyway, so for me personally, I'm going to chain 61, and if anything, if chain 62 or 63 doesn't fit you, like I said, try to go 64, but 61 is for my size. I have a pretty small head, almost the size of a teenager, because I am a small human. I'm pretty small, I'm 5 feet, small, everything, you know. So anyway, I'm going to chain 61, and I will get back to you in just a moment. Alright, so here is my chain 61. So the other technique I told you about that I don't really particularly like is people like to slip stitch at the first chain, the first stitch right here, and then you can go in the round. I actually don't really like that for some reason. I just don't like that technique very much, so I'm just going to show you how I do it. You make the stitches going upwards, and then you just fold it over. It's pretty simple. So now from here, we are going to double crochet into the the third stitch from the hook. 1, 2, 3. The stitch right here. All right, and now you are going to crochet all the way down the row. So for my particular pattern, I'm actually going to do 2 rows of orange, 2 rows of black, 2 rows of green, 2 rows of purple, and then rotate it. And actually, am I gonna do it that way? No, I think I'm gonna just do every row different color. I think that looks a little bit better in my opinion, but I'll show you how to change color once we're done with this row. So I will meet you back up right when we finish this row. Okay, so I finally finished row 1. Yay! So now what you're going to do is that you are going to finish off, cut, alright. I don't sew in the ends until the next row over, so next color we use is black, my favorite. A lot of people don't like crocheting in black, but I actually do. I'm crazy, I guess. Alright, so we are now turning our work. We're going the other way. Here's where we finished off right here. So now you're going to go into that stitch. You're actually going to get ready for like a single crochet like this. Boom, and now we have a single crochet. So now if you see this right here, I know it's hard to see. The second, I guess you can say like loop here, we're now going to go into here. Again, we're doing another single crochet. And that's what I call the double stacking single crochet. It might be something different, but that's how it keeps the, that's how it kind of keeps it nice and straight. And now we literally just continue with our second row with the pattern. So how many rows you go up determines on how tall. For me, I typically do 12 rows. It's been working for all of the hats that I have made, but if you have a long, tall head, go 13, 14. And then, like I said, I fold my hats over. And 12 works the best for when I fold it over for people, and they say it works out for them. So you can do 13 rows, 14 rows, but I personally do 12. So at the end of this row, it's a little hard to see where this last stitch is, so I'm going to show you how to go in there once I finish my row. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. We are about to go on this last stitch right here. So this does count as a stitch. As you can see, I see the 2 loops right here. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to go into this one right here. And then this little one right here. It's really hard to get into, but if you just pull it up with your nail and then go through, it will eventually go through. That takes time, I totally understand. And then do your double crochet like normal. And boom, you're done with your row. We're gonna finish off. Okay, so now we can take the chance to sew in these ends over here. I don't do this last one until the very, very end. So this is just how I do it. For those of you that are unfamiliar with how to sew in your ends. I know it's a little hard to see, but you're going under the stitches right here. Just pull it, not too tight, not too tight. Then I go in the back of these bumps here. I'll go in one more. Ah! accidentally dropped it. And then I just like to like spread it apart just like that. I don't ever put anything in the last stitch because we need that to sew in at the end. And then we just cut it with the scissors. And now the orange portion. Just like this. This is why I like to leave long tails, so it's a little easier to sew. There we go. And I just like to spread it out so it doesn't look like there's anything in the row like that. Okay, boom. All right, so that's done. So now we're on the other side. It's time for green. It's probably very hard to see with the camera, but it is actually very neon green in person. Okay, and now we are doing the same exact thing. Double stacking single crochet. See, it's a little easier to see on this yarn. Boom, done. Continue with your double crochet. This yarn is a little bit thicker than the other three, so just want to be mindful if you do decide to use this color. You don't have to make the same exact one as me, you can choose any other color. Now when I get to the end of this row, I'm going to show you how, if you're not changing color, I'll show you how to do that side. You might already know what to do, but I just wanted to show you since I use the double stacking crochet method. So let's get on to the other side. So I just got to my last row. So now now this specific instruction is if you are not changing colors. So all you're going to do is turn. We're not chaining at all. You're going to turn and then do your single crochet like normal and then do another single crochet on top of that. And then you just continue like normal, just like that. But since I'm changing color again, I'm going to cut. Okay. If yours starts to curve a little bit, that means you did your chaining row a little too tight, which I did actually, so it curves a little bit, but it does straighten out at the end, so don't worry. So if you want, you can take the time to sew on the ends. I'm just gonna show you the last row, and then it's pretty easy from here. You're gonna continue until you reach 12 rows. And then we are going to sew the top and the side, and I'll show you what to do when we get there. So like I said, 12 rows up. You don't have to do the same exact colors as color scheme as I do. I just wanted to do it because of Halloween, and I wanted to match my cardigan that I'm currently making. So, all right, let's continue, and I'll see you when we get to 12 rows. Okay, so right before we move on to the next part of the video, I just want to let everyone know that I now sell some crochet theme stickers. I only have 10 of each, and I only sell them for $4. It's $4 like per sticker, you know. And they will be on my Etsy. So if you're interested, my link will be in the description below. Let's get back to the tutorial. So this is what 12 rows looks like. I realized I did actually make a mistake on one section. On row 2, actually, I forgot to put a double crochet right here. But it's okay. This is going to be my hat anyway, so It's okay. It's fine with me. So, okay. So this is what 12 rows look like. And now this is where the cat beanie comes into play. So, we are now going to fold this in half. Look at it. This is what we got so far. And now we fold it. So now the only color you will be needing from now on is the row that you ended off with here. You're going to need a good amount of it. Like, I would say pretty long, because you're going to be doing a lot of sewing right now. Ugh. Okay, and we're done with the yarn. We're done with our crochet hook. And now, from here on out, we are sewing. So I'm going to show you how I sew this in. Okay. Okay. So we have one stitch in the middle, one stitch here, one stitch here. So we're going to pretty much pretend that this stitch doesn't exist on the end here. And we're just going to go into these two over here that are across from each other. I typically go into the front stitch right here. One, and then the other side. Again, the front stitch. And we're just going to go, not too much. You want to leave a tail, but not that much. That's a good amount. A little more. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next one. Front here, in the front, in the back. Pull. This part is very tedious. I would say this is definitely the longest part of making the hat, is sewing. It's just kind of like basic sewing at this point. There we go. Okay, again, next row. Front, front. In the beginning, it's more tedious because you have so much, like, excess yarn to sew in. Again, front, 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 and you just keep going. Oop. Alright, you're going to keep going until you get to the end. I'll show you how to do the other side as well, because that side can get a little tedious as well, and then we fold it over. Okay, so I just got to the end here. And now we're going to flip our work. What did I do with my sewing needle? Oh wait, I have it. Oh my god. I can't believe myself. I'm tired, it's okay. Okay, so now we are going to flip to the side. And now from here, I know it's a little hard to see. I'm doing the best I can, but this is pretty much easy from here on out. I know it's a lot of uneven stitches, but you're pretty much just going in and out of these stitches, just like before. So one, you're just gonna find a place to put the stitches, honestly. This is how I do it. Not every hat is gonna be perfect. See? And you're pretty much just going to go all the way down until you reach the end. So there's a reason why I kind of left this at the end here, but I'll explain it when we got there. Ugh, okay. Yeah, like I said, this portion definitely gets a little bit more tedious. But it's okay. Our work isn't going to be shown when we flip over the hat. Once we're done. There we go. See, we're only still in the beginning, and like, this is why I say to Lee to have a really big yarn strand. So I'll meet you guys back all the way to when we get to this point, and I'll show you what we do, what I do after I'm done. Okay, so as you can see, we just reached the end. See, everything is sewed in. So now at the end, I kind of like to tie in this last bit just so I know that it's completely tight. I've never had a hat come apart before. Not only am I going to sew in this orange portion, I'm also going to sew in the orange as well. Okay, this is the fun part. Okay. There we go. And now the purple. What I like to do with the purple is go all the way back up into these stitches. I know it's madness. It's really hard, but I do it. And the best part is that this stitching is on the side of you, so it's really not noticeable at all, unless you look on the side view, obviously. Okay, so now it's time to sew. This section is hard. And boom, that's all I do. Alright, we are done with the sewing. Oh, I gotta do that portion I forgot about. Okay. One last side. I just like to go back and forth. I know it's a lot of sewing, but if you want to do like a single crochet or like a slip stitch border, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to do it as what I do. Okay. Cut it off. And now put the hat inside out. You can already kind of tell it's This is what the stitching will look like on the outside. And now we flip it up. I'm realizing that this might be a little bit too small on me now because of that mistake that I did. So we'll see how this looks when I put it on. All right, let's try it on. Okay, this is what the hat looks like. And now I'm going to try it on. And now I just kind of flatten out the ears like this. And boom. Stitching on the side looks like. And this is our cat hat. This is my Halloween themed cat hat. Can't wait to wear it. Geez, I'm gonna wear this a lot. There we go. But now, as I feel the beginning row right here, make sure when you're chaining in the beginning, make sure it's a little bit looser, because I do start to feel the tightness of it. But luckily acrylic yarn does stretch, so after you wear it a few times, you might be okay. You might actually be okay. See, if you just flatten out, you got cat ears. Yeah. Okay, so I'm all done. Yay, we're all done. How cool. So anyway, as I said before, early on, I sell crochet stickers. So the link will be down in the description below to my Etsy shop. And if you're interested in getting some stickers, I only have 10 for this batch, 10 each of this batch. So I'll be making more, but just this specific batch, I only have 10 of each. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope I helped you, inspired you to make this cute little project that will only require you with very little yarn if you're switching colors like I do. And it's just, I think it's a very simple project if you like hats, cats, hats, whatever. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!